Hey, so fun fact that crossed my mind, in all the I habitually play shows that I enjoy in the background all day long. Um, I guess you could kind of call it an addiction. I think it's more of an absent-mindedly developed habit. It's not necessarily a good one. Um, but I understand where the habit developed from, and since it doesn't necessarily harm anything, it's not one that I'm necessarily trying to break. But I have watched select shows, select show series, like start to finish, binge style, far too many times to admit openly. Anyway, my point is that I always generally have some series show playing in the background all day long while I work on stuff. It's background noise. It keeps me focused and distracted. It's really hard to explain, but like with the adult ADD that I very likely probably have, my overwhelmingly unpredictable anxiety and coping mechanisms that have helped me overcome my sensory overwhelm, I always play something in the background. Anyway, that was a really long tangent. It had nothing to do with why I started recording. Um, but I watch Hulu a lot. So, like, and I have on Black Friday, they had a special where you could sign up for an entire year of Hulu for only $1 a month, and it was the commercial version. So commercials play. But anyways, I noticed two things that are both Disney related, actually, and that I think are pretty interesting. One, I noticed yesterday a commercial I hadn't seen before. Apparently, Disney is about to launch their own streaming service. So I assume that that means you won't be able to find any Disney production on any other streaming service other than their own. Which I think is hilarious because Disney is one of those companies that has this like uncanny ability to like lock down every single thing that they produced or had a part in. Like anything that they own, they have found a way to make paying them exclusively like the only way that you can gain access to any of their content, which from a business perspective I think is awesome. But in the interest of economy and recession sustainability, I noticed just now that uh, it's not the first time I've seen a commercial that ended with this angle, but it is a different commercial than the one that I've seen before. They are offering different packages and extras to Florida residents. Like the people who live close enough to Walt Disney World that instead of making a trip out of it that they save for a year, they kind of go like, I live in Ohio, so like people go to Cedar Point, is the same way people in Florida go to Walt Disney World. But I noticed that they keep throwing out the whole like extra this for Florida residents, extra pass that for Florida residents, extra package this for Florida residents. And I think it's funny because I feel like that's probably not because they're just trying to tap into a larger market there. I think that a lot less people are planning like huge trips to Walt Disney World right now. So they've got to make up the money somewhere, and kind of one of the easiest ways for them to make up the money is to target the people who are local to them that have much easier access. But I thought it was interesting because Disney is one of those companies that you just kind of figure is so big it'll never go down. I think if it ever went down, it would be super detrimental. I don't think that they're necessarily like completely safe from harm, though. I mean, they're just like everything else. The expense of them is going to take a hit in recessions. I think it'd be interesting to, and this is going to sound really stupid because I mean, it's not like I know, but Disneyland and Walt Disney World if either of them existed back in the Depression or whatnot, I know this sounds really stupid because I don't think they did, but I mean, like, off the top of my head, I don't know when exactly that they were whatever. I'd like to see what their finances look like. I think that would be really interesting to see how the economy has affected them over time. And I think that seeing a new angle of advertisement come from Disney is a sign that there might be some interesting stuff going on in the economic side of Walt Disney World. But I am a marketing fanatic, so I notice a lot of really, really, really dumb stuff in commercials and advertising, especially over time. It's just something that my brain pays attention to. Like, I'm a fan of NF. I don't know if any of you guys like NF music. I love NF and Rob Bailey and the Hustle Standard. I really enjoy that music. But I definitely looked up one day because I heard one of NF's recent songs, and I was like, what the heck commercial is playing an NF song? Like, I mean, he's not underground. He's not an underground artist by any means, but like, I don't know. He's in that very specific mainstream genre. In any case, currently or up to now. And I looked up, and I was double surprised because the NF song that I saw playing was on an NFL commercial. And I was like, that seems like an unlikely pair up. Like, did NFL approach him, or did he approach the NFL, or how did NF's song get put on an NFL advertisement? It just seemed really, really interesting to me. I don't know if it's the NFL trying to reach out to a more unique subset of their viewership, or if NF just kind of creatively volunteered to be a part of their world. I don't know. It's a weird matchup, but it's definitely something that makes you think, and it's better than, and this is funny because I have the TV muted, but it's still playing, stupid frickin' Vanity Fair commercials. I don't care. Like, outside of parties or major events, people aren't buying. I'm not gonna, like, it's not on my weekly grocery list to buy a package of freaking napkins. And I see that commercial all the time too, and it is so annoying. And there are some commercials that are annoying on purpose to catch and keep and spark your attention, and then the other ones that I super enjoy, that have like one cunning way that they made a point, or one aspect of their commercial that is not necessarily a norm, that you might not catch the first time through, but when you do catch it, it really makes you think. Those are the types of commercials that I super enjoy. But anyways, that's a tiny rant on Disney, and yeah, thought it would be interesting to share.